Over the last few years, I've become a huge fan of D2C, more affordable irons. And I actually went and got retrofitted for a set of Takomos and put some upcharge shafts in them. However, I've recently started testing some older clubs that I had and actually really enjoyed these Takomo 201 irons. These aren't fitted in my specs, they are just standard, but I feel like I'm playing really good golf with them. So today, we're going to put them through the paces here on my simulator and see just what difference there really is. Can you buy some fantastic normal golf clubs online? Do you have to get them retrofitted, or can you just have a little bit of luck of the draw and still play some fantastic golf? Hi everyone, my name's James and welcome back to this YouTube channel. I've got a set of Takomo 301s. Now these are the split set, so we've got the MB in the short irons, we've got CB 7 iron upwards. The 201s are just 201s, the bog standard. So I would anticipate in the lower irons, we're gonna see maybe a little bit more ball speed, maybe a bit lower spin rate and maybe more distance. When we get up to the 7 iron and the 4 iron, which we're gonna test in today's video, I honestly don't know. I don't know if potentially I'm just playing better with the short irons, but also shaft wise in these. We've got exactly the same length, but you'll see I've got KBS Tour C tapers 120 in the 201, and I've got LA golf shafts in the 301s. So quite an expensive upcharge. So you would hope we can see some real nice consistency with these clubs. I actually did a video not long ago testing these against a standard set of 301s and they did perform pretty well. The consistency was really good. I think a lot of people potentially expect loads and loads of distance with a set of forgiving irons or a set of fitted irons. But for me, I think it's more about that level of consistency. So I've set as a green out here at 140 yards for the 9 iron. We can work our way all the way back to kind of 200 for the 4. What differences are we going to see? We'll go fitted 301 first. And that is as good a strike as I've got. Pulled it just a touch, spinning around 7,000. It's caught the left side of the green and it's exactly 140 yards. So one of the things I've come to know with these clubs is the distance of them. I feel like if I put a good swing on them, I know how far they're going to go. I feel like if I put a mediocre swing on them, they could go anywhere, to be honest. I've hit them that way recently, so not too bad. Right. How many each do we need, Bob? 5. That's all over it. That was a much better one. More spin on that one as well, so that should control it nicely. Once again, it's 139 yards, so we've got a nice air of consistency there. And if I wanted to, we could have gone a hollow body club. We could have a 9 iron that flies 145 yards in the air. Maybe it's a 150 yard club, but I don't feel like that necessarily bothers me too much. I feel like the number on the bottom isn't necessarily the be all and end all, but the numbers that we get in here pretty much are. So let's go a few more. 2 really nice shots to start with, actually. I'm pleased with those. Feel wise, this 301 is really good. 6,500 spin that time. That one's pitching 142, so just releasing out to the back edge of the green. Probably the better strike of the 3. We've had a nice warm up today as well. We've done a few videos in here already, so this isn't a cold test. Look at that, Bob. We've got some urethane in those grooves there. Bit of urethane. I'm just going to get one more because I feel like this has been really consistent. Is the 9 iron of the 201 going to go much further? Oh, that's bottomy. This will do well to carry probably 135, 133. And I can tell again, so we can actually see that I've hit that really kind of low and out the bottom. And I am pleased I've hit that in this test because I want to know how far they go on bad hits as well as good hits, and potentially if we have the element of forgiveness. If I can hit that shot with a 201 and it carry that 3 yards further, 4 yards further. I know I said one more, but I don't want to finish on that one, Bob. Little bit pulley again. What's that going to be? That's going to be a 140 carry, I think, just left. 139 carry. Right. So when it comes to the 201s, the head design is quite different. And to be honest, I dispelled it a little bit until I saw the likes of Grant Horvat using these. I thought, well, he's an incredible ball striker, a better ball striker than I am, but still probably wants that element of forgiveness, and they still feel nice and forged. So thicker top line, a bit more offset. So I don't want to be pulling them with these or it will go left. That's the kind of shot I'm getting with it, you know. That's going to carry that 145. 145.4, and it's stopped really, really quickly as well, because we've got 6,500 spin. There's plenty of spin on that shot to allow us to hit what we want to do. So that's further. Obviously the lofts are a little bit stronger. I'll put the lofts on screen now. I know this isn't a like for like test, by the way. Like, for people saying you can't compare this because it's apples and oranges, I'm well aware of that, but I don't know if I want apples, oranges, pears, or even bananas at the moment, because I test so many clubs. I feel like I do find myself in a glass house of emotion. What's that film off, Bob?
I'm in a glass house of emotion.
Bob knows every film under the sun. One of the things I've been able to do with these 201s is hit tight draws into flags. Go on then. And that's what I really enjoyed with them. Like on some of the par threes we've been doing on the Next 100 tour, I've found myself actually, we nearly had hole in one twice at Sitwell, didn't we? We'll put those on screen. Sorry for the edit, Bob, I know it's a bit of a yeah, no problem. But really, really nice, really consistent, and doing the job out on the course. I'm already happy with how this is going, because I'm aware they're going to go a little bit further, but what they're not doing is that's 145 again on the nose, and again it's stopped nice and quickly. It's not going 10, 15 yards further, it's literally just that 5 yards on a good one, but the bad one's still going that kind of 140 number. I would assess my golf as I probably hit a good one 50% of the time, maybe that, maybe 40. So if I just have that window of my 9 irons between 138 and 145, then I know I'm going to be there or thereabouts. That's what I've got in my head anyway. Right. I've not pulled, what's funny, I've not pulled as many ever. They've not gone as far left. They're all around the flag, but it's got more offset on it. And I wonder if the offset makes me kind of push it forward more, so I delete the offset in my head, and dynamically it's not even there. Interesting. Fair to say the 9 irons won there, hasn't it, Bob? I think, personally. Let's move up into the 7 irons, and we'll see. That looks so similar, doesn't it? I think if we had the standard steel looking version of the 301, they'd look a lot more similar. Should we go 160 or do we go more? 170. 170. So I'm going to have to hit these good, I think, for a 170. We can probably carry it about 160, hopefully release up a little bit. I'll go 201s first this time, just so we're keeping it nice and fair. We'll feed that ball machine some more balls as well. No one likes a hungry ball machine, Bob, do they? Absolutely not. Right. This looks really, really nice and big. Interesting, that's a bottomy one to start with. Spinning at 5,000. It did come out lower, but it's pitched at 168, and again, it's stopped pretty nicely at 175. So 5,000 spin, not too bad for a kind of horrible bottomy strike, and we've not lost too much ball speed either there, so not a bad first attempt. Oh, there we go, look at that. Look at that, Bob. Face was open a touch, but that surprised me. That's only carried 158. I thought that might have gone a lot more spin on that one, and we saw how it did pop up on there as well, so maybe the club face was just a touch open there. I need to work out how to work this, don't I, so I can look at that.
Comes off quick, doesn't it?
Does, comes up, yeah. Funny how I didn't like the feel of these initially, you know, but I do now. I think they're probably as good, if not better, and I don't know what's changed. If I've changed as a golfer, I mean, I did get fitted into these shafts years and years ago, back in the day, the KBS C-Taper Tour, when I was playing Titleist blades, I think, back in the day there.
Yeah, you.
I know, I shouldn't have been.
You're that guy.
Yeah, I was that guy, shooting 80. But that ball flight's like not moving at all, is it? 6'2" spin, pitching at what? 164, releasing up to 170. Now, I will admit, I much prefer the look of these, not only because they're obviously the Next 100 edition, that special copper finish, not only because they have some really cool looking shafts and grip combination in there, where the shafts have all been pured as well, but because they're mine, and they're used and they're a bit battered, and I like that in a golf club. I don't feel like I need...
No one else has the same.
Yeah, exactly. No one has got these clubs, by the way. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but right, I don't think this will go as far. That didn't feel bad, you know, 6-2 spin. It's still travelling. 160 carry, releasing up, so I feel like there's going to be just a couple of yards in it, and just a couple of yards is by no means worth potentially changing out your clubs, but I want to see the consistency level. So I've just hit that one. It's a 160 carry. If I can get loads of carries around 160, I'll stand by what I said where the number on the bottom doesn't really matter. It's just about that level of consistency. You know, I felt like I pulled that, but it's done really, really well. 6,000 spin again. It's the 162 carry. Again, it's nice and central. It's on that green. It's doing what I want it to do. And from 170 yards, I'm quite happy with all of these shots, I'm going to say, because if you stand there on a golf course and hit 10 shots 170 yards each time, you're not going to hit it within 10, 15 feet every time. There's going to be discrepancies. Even tour pros wouldn't do that. That was a lovely swing. That was one of the better swings we've had in this whole video. What's that pitch in? One. So you see what I mean? Even, I've just said there, that's one of the best swings we've had, and it's like 0.6 of a yard difference, king carry. It's 163 total. So for me, a 7-iron's always been around a 165 club, and I don't feel like I'm really... It's a consistency show, isn't it? And I was really thinking here, 162 again, I was really thinking that the 201 was going to come out on top here. Yes, it goes further, it's always going to go further, it's a more or a less lofted club, but I think consistency-wise, what do you think? Yeah, I think I'm actually doing myself a disservice where I feel like maybe I need more consistency, but more forgiveness, and really I probably just need to hit more controlled shots like I am doing, and just trust in the fitting that we had. That sounds so good, Bob, doesn't it? Is it a 160? I'm not even going to look.
Wow.
159.8. We'll go 4 irons. Finished at 163, so it's stopping really quickly as well. I'll put it at 200 yards. They might go a little bit long, but I don't think they will really. Shall I go 301 first?
Yeah.
Again, very, very similar looking because we're in the CB element of the 301 now, and we'll feed that ball machine again. Right, 200 yards. This is where, to be honest, it's probably more often. I don't find myself hitting many 4-irons into greens unless it's like a long par 3. It'd more be off a tee, this. That's a lovely fade, isn't it? Thank you, thank you. I'd like to thank Sebastian, I'd like to thank Jonas, I'd like to thank Tim. You know, to say, like, if we're doing this test with like a set of TaylorMades or Titleists and they're like £1,500 or Callaways or PXGs, I know obviously the shaft upgrade, that's on me. Tony. So I'd like to thank Tony. Tony's left-handed though. I'm sure about that, I'm sure he feels about that. That's toey, so that'll be interesting. They are, they're not moving at all, are they? You know, I said you're not going to stand here and hit them all to like 5 or 10 feet. Maybe with a 4-iron. I'm really enjoying this. I think the 201's probably going to be pitching back edge of the green. But I do feel like I actually put a 101T in the bag recently just for kind of shots off the tee for, here in the UK now, courses are burnt out a little bit more. So hitting irons off the tee is more prevalent, and I feel like the hollow bodiedness does help a bit. But then with this, I can even, not really for this green, but I can kind of play those real kind of low shots as well. So I've pulled that a little bit, but that off a par 4 tee pitches nicely and then keeps releasing and keeps going. So I do have that option to be able to play low shots, high shots with the 301, and we have that real kind of air of consistency, but also versatility, which is key. Like that, you see how that's lower? It's nice that, isn't it? Lower and it's the same distance. I'm really glad we did this video. Guys, if you're enjoying it, smash that subscribe button below. And go over to the guys at Takomo on Instagram and just say James said hi. Because, yeah, nice guys actually, really nice. Not as nice as Bobby though.
Oh.
Is anyone as nice as Bobby? Sean.
Yeah.
On screen now. Right, bit of offset. I think it's fair to say that I've found something, haven't I? And that has pitched that a little bit further. Like I said, releasing out to the back edge of this green. A touch toey, but the spin's still good at like 3.7, which for a 4 iron, especially a forged one, I think is pretty good. The smash factor was down, so it shows how average the strike was. That's a better one, face slightly open, similar to the 7 iron we hit earlier, but still good distance. We didn't miss a green though, did we, with the 301? So I think for me, the confidence the fitting's given me, I'm doing this follow-up video because I honestly thought these were a shoe-in to go in the bag. This was basically a video saying the fitted ones are out, these ones are in. But I stand by Lawrence and the guys at SGGT for the fitting, and I absolutely love. Oh, look at that, Bob. It could go in that, just a little kick right. Oh! Guys, I really hope you've enjoyed that video as much as I have. If you have, smash that subscribe button below. Thank you so much for your time, as always. Apart from that, I'll see you all at the same time tomorrow. Bye.